From the CBS Sports studio in Northwest Gainesville, welcome to Gainesville Game Day. Sponsored by Gatorland Toyota. Now, here's GTN News' own Phil Byrne and Gainesville Sun columnist Pat Dooley.
Welcome into Gainesville Game Day, everybody. I'm Phil Byrne, joined as always by Gainesville Sun columnist Pat Dooley. And do we ever have a lot to talk about? If you haven't noticed, it's Florida-Georgia week. The world's largest outdoor cocktail party is ahead of us, and of course, so is the Florida Gators' chance at grabbing the SEC East with a win. They would do that today. Now, Pat, obviously a lot on the line for the Gators in this game, and certainly a lot of storylines for us to touch on. Simple question here, how excited are you for this game?
Well, if they were both 0-7, I'd be excited because it's Florida-Georgia, and I mean, the memories, there's so many. And one thing I love about this game is it always creates memories. For Florida going up there with a chance, I mean, they technically can't clinch the East, but they will clinch the East. Let's face it, that adds to it, makes it that much more exciting, and I'm a firm believer that Jacksonville's the only place for it, and it's such a unique situation to go up there every year and just see 50-50. We had a sports writer one time who went to the game for the first time, and he sat there and he was looking around and he goes, wow, Georgia really travels well for this game. We're like, well, it's 50-50. Come on.
Oh, and the thing like we saw last year was, of course, when the Gators got out that huge lead, those Georgia fans did not stick around.
Place can empty pretty quickly.
It got empty real quick. There was not red and black to be seen in that entire place. Of course, it is also Halloween, so we'll have to see how many people wear black on Georgia's side, how many people wear orange on the Gators side. Just another thing. That game will come your way right here on CBS 4 at 3:30 for a look at other games around the SEC. Here's this week's starting lineup.
The starting lineup, sponsored by Blue Highway, a pizzeria.
At noon, Ole Miss looks to stay in the SEC West race when they play at Auburn. Could be a mismatch with the Rebels bringing the league's top offense to the Plains to take on the worst-rated defense in the SEC. Also at noon, East meets West when South Carolina plays at Texas A&M. The Aggies came back to earth a bit last week against Ole Miss and will be hungry for a bounce-back game. At 3:30 on CBS 4, the game you've been waiting for, Florida-Georgia from Jacksonville. With a win, the Gators would clinch the SEC East way before December's SEC Championship game. Tough draw for Vanderbilt at 7 p.m., 1 week after getting their first conference win. They're on the road at undefeated Houston. In the nightcap pits East Division rivals Tennessee at Kentucky. The Wildcats actually enter this game with a better overall record and better SEC mark. So really no secret that Florida-Georgia is the best game on the SEC slate today. But what about Tennessee at Kentucky? Any interest there for you, Pat?
Well, I'm actually wearing black in honor of Kentucky because they're actually going to have a blackout up there. It's also the matches of mood they have towards their football team because they're Kentucky again. We thought this might be a much better team, but they've shown so far that they still can't win the game that gets them over the top. It's going to be interesting to watch Tennessee go through this stretch. This is, as usual, it's backloaded, where they get nothing in the end. And they're going to win probably 5 in a row, and then we're going to hear about the Kardashians again next summer.
Whatever their end record is, that they actually played up to that one in reality.
9-4.
They certainly didn't play that way all season long. But, of course, this is such a big game. Florida-Georgia, what else could you really want? Let's see what campus is saying in this week's Word on Campus. Here's Chelsea Brown with more.
The Word on Campus.
It's no secret that Florida and Georgia don't like each other, so let's ask students what they think about this rivalry. The difference between the games here and then that specific game.
Well, there's just so much more people that actually go to tailgate there.
Trash talking and, it's fun though. It's fun.
People notice the world's largest cocktail party.
Georgia fans are usually pretty intense, always. So sort of the energy on both sides sort of combating each other, I think will be really exciting.
I think our odds of winning this year are?
I think with Nick Chubb hurt, I think we'll have a really good chance.
I don't really respect Georgia that much. They haven't really beaten anybody in the conference that I think is worthy of an opponent for us.
We're just going to be rooting for the Gators like we always have.
We're going to win.
I mean, I don't want to say we have it in the bag, but we have a better record this year.
Especially with that defense. I know you see them.
How do you think this game compares to the Florida State rivalry?
Oh, that's a tough one.
The Florida State is always going to be the biggest rivalry, but this one definitely, I think, comes in second.
I lived in Tallahassee for 12 years, so yeah, I felt it more over there.
I think Georgia is more important.
I think this one is kind of nastier.
Florida State's going down, so we don't have to worry about that. I think Florida-Georgia is a more historical game, but Florida State's more of an intense rival for the students.
The fact that we have to literally play at a neutral site speaks volumes to the amount of passion that goes into this game.
An automatic trip to Atlanta can be earned today with the win for the Gators. Reporting from the Swamp, I'm Chelsea Brown. Back to you guys.
Hey, thanks so much, Chelsea. More Gainesville Game Day after this.